Marvel Now's relaunch of the Secret Avengers begins with a mission to Budapest. Hawkeye has been captured by a mysterious mystical man, later identified as Andras Bertesi, a Hungarian arms dealer that dabbles in the dark arts. Once captured, Hawkeye is probed with escalating force and brutality, starting with a simple truth serum and ending with a creature of fear invading his body and mind. And through this whole interrogation, Hawkeye merely repeats that he has no idea what he was doing here, or so he believes. The issue then skips back 10 hours to explain. Hawkeye and Black Widow are being pitched a new Secret Avengers team by S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Phil Coulson, but a partnership with S.H.I.E.L.D. requires memory implants. Implants that will hide for them the nature and detail of their missions when necessary. Despite initial resistance, both Hawkeye and Black Widow agree once they hear the name of the person they'll be hunting, a name presumably later wiped from their memory. For their first mission, the Budapest War, they are working with the new Nick Fury, or rather the old Marcus Johnson. The mission was to stop Bertesi from handing Al-Qaeda dark magic teleportation abilities that allow for precise strike against a high-value target. While hunting down clues of Fury, Hawkeye was shot in the stomach by a teleporting enemy leading to his capture. While Black Widow rescues Hawkeye, Fury intercepts a terrorist before he reaches his target. The mission is a resounding success, on apparently multiple levels. While Hawkeye recovers in the hospital, it is revealed that he was actually shot and left to be captured by Fury. S.H.I.E.L.D. wanted Hawkeye interrogated so they could test the limits of their memory implants. It already seems that Black Widow and Hawkeye have entered a partnership that they will soon regret.
So this was definitely an interesting first issue. One of the things that really stood out to me was the whole memory device storyline, about how S.H.I.E.L.D. is implanting these memories so that way there's no, not even paper trail, but memory trail of the covert actions.
They're really covering their asses here.
Right.
In every way possible. And we see at the very end that they actually use the devices to do something more nefarious and create memories in their minds. And what do you think of this technology?
I think this technology is kind of hard to believe.
This type of technology, they set it up as being so dangerous, it's definitely going to backfire at some point, in some way.
Well, I think the whole point of the memory devices is that way this book can become more like a spy comic, and the heroes will start to distrust S.H.I.E.L.D. So another big thing in this issue is S.H.I.E.L.D.'s kind of role in Marvel now. Is, post AVX, Daisy Johnson is the director, but we don't know much about her yet.
Maria Hill's the acting director.
Right. And then we could see Agent Coulson and Nick Fury.
I'm not sure how I should feel about Marvel's attempt to basically mimic the movies as much as possible.
Right.
I understand that these characters, they fit within the Marvel universe, but they were really created with the intent of just filling these roles. Both Marcus Johnson, what was his original name, he becomes Nick Fury Jr., and Cheese or Agent Coulson were introduced right after Fear itself in Battle Scars. And then they, developed their characters a little bit, and now they're basically at the starting point of where it seems very much like the Avengers movie.
Although this Agent Nick Fury is nowhere near, the leadership role.
Maybe that's the intent of this series, to get it to the point where it's basically at that status quo. Even in this issue, there's an interesting comment by his captor saying that, before in the comics you used to have this H on your face and you used to have a mask, but now he looks very much just like the Hawkeye in the movie. So this is a very different look at the Secret Avengers from what we saw last time.
Compared to Brubaker's run, this is much more about covert, that there's only 2 superheroes on the team right now.
Brubaker and Remenders.
Right. But, there's some overlap in characters, but this definitely has a much different feel to it. S.H.I.E.L.D. is a lot more heavily involved, it seems, whereas before, more be like Captain America's Secret Task Force.
Though they do still seem to be fighting supernatural forces. The person that they're hunting down, supposedly,
had the power of a Fear Lord.
Yeah. And so
that was sort of similar to Brubaker's run.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it'll have a much different tone than the previous volume.
As a grade for Secret Avengers number 1, what would you give it?
I'm going to give this issue 3 out of 5. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either.
I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 as well. I'm not too impressed by the first issue, but I'm a huge Nick Spencer fan, so I'm going to stick with it. Thanks for watching B3 Comics' review of Secret Avengers number 1. Before we go, we have a question for you guys.
With this comic having a very covert vibe to it, which character in the Marvel Universe do you want to see join the Secret Avengers?
I think I'd like to see Phantom X show up.
I'd like to see old Nick Fury join this title and be involved somehow.
I think that would be great. You can leave your own thoughts in the comments below, and thanks for watching.